Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams, and joining me, not in the studio but from home tonight, we've got John Sullivan.
Hello.
And also we've got Liz Waugh.
Hiya.
And Liz, are you going to stay with us for the whole show?
Yeah.
If we can put up with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, Liz, what I usually do, have you been watching any paranormal stuff, Liz?
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs?
Floating in and out, yeah.
Yeah, and Jonathan?
Yeah, I was watching a few last night. Watched Ghost Nation last night. I think.
Yeah,
Did you watch that last night? I watched that as well. It was really... Did you see the size of the building?
It was huge, wasn't it?
Oh, I'd have got lost in that.
Yeah, definitely. And the cellar was just amazing.
Oh, that was bigger than the whole thing, I think.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it was a 54-bedroomed house.
Wow.
And I don't know whether you saw it, Liz, but what they'd done is they'd actually moved one house from another part of America to this part and merged it with this other house, didn't he?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
But
Wow.
if they hadn't...
That's big then.
Huge, absolutely huge. If they hadn't have told us, you wouldn't have noticed, would you? They'd done such a fantastic job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
They got some good evidence as well.
Yeah, they did. They really did get some good stuff.
Yeah.
And have you watched anything else, Jonathan?
I watched a little bit of Most Haunted.
Yeah. Was that the one from... Was that the one... I watched Most Haunted last night. They were at the house up here, in the mansion house in St. Helens here.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. What?
It was an old one.
Was it any good?
It was okay, Liz. I mean, they spent most of the time really in down in the cellar. You know, Yvette was down in the cellar. It was good. I mean, it was. I think you're more interested in it because we know the place. You know, we've not been there, but we've seen it. It's right on our doorsteps here. But they got some good stuff. I mean, there was one part when they were on the stairs, and Stu was coming down the stairs, and they were in like the foyer, and Carl thought he saw someone walk, and he thought it was one of the technical staff coming down the stairs behind Stuart, but it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I mean, that was good. But I mean, that's the first time I'd ever seen it. But the worst thing was, it was on early hours of the morning, and me, I dozed off and then woke up again. So I was a bit annoyed because I missed some of it, but I was dipping in and out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
are these repeats now that's on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure I've seen that one.
Yeah, they're all repeats on the TV. They're only on YouTube now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube's good, isn't it? I mean, this radio show, once we get going, well, we've started getting going, haven't we? That the shows are now starting to be being put up onto YouTube, which is great. That's only because we cornered Jonathan and forced him to do it in the end. Liz, every single week we had to do it. We had to keep saying to him, "Come on, John. When's this YouTube coming up?" And we finally got there.
Or do you know, if you're on the search bar on YouTube, if you just put in on the search bar Access Paranormal, you want to see the list of good paranormal stuff that comes up.
It's good.
I mean, good stuff.
Yeah.
Not the stupid daft stuff that you find, but this is good stuff.
Right. So we'll have to try that. I mean, ours is actually called Access Paranormal Radio Podcast, and you'll know ours because it's like a green circle logo in the top left. I think it's in the top left-hand corner. We're still updating everything on there anyway now.
Mm.
But so Liz, have you been out doing any readings, or have you been absolutely stuck because of COVID?
Stuck because of COVID.
You've not done on it?
Absolutely nothing.
Not even on the phones?
Nope.
Oh,
Nothing.
nothing at all. So
It's been awful.
Yeah, it's
dreadful.
Well, I mean, this show this week, we're usually in Mill Street doing it from the studio there, but we, you know, because of COVID and everything else, we thought, we better start, thinking about moving it to the house, which I've done. It's only temporary until we get it all sorted. Yeah. So poor Jonathan, he's not in the studio with me this week. He's at home, aren't you?
I am.
That's why you sound...
Oh, Jamie.
Sorry?
Nice and warm now.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, I don't know, Liz. I mean, I don't know whether you listened to the show last week.
Yeah.
And we did an investigation, and we actually caught an EVP on it.
That's right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was clear, wasn't it, Jonathan? I mean, I've thought about it. Was it outside? Was it people outside? But there was no one.
That sounded inside, that.
It definitely wasn't outside. The only reason I say that is because I remember when we did it.
Yeah.
And we never heard that at all.
No.
It's only been picked up by the recorders.
That's right, yeah, because what happened is we were up on the balcony and we were doing the call outs and everything else, and we decided to put, like, I bought some, for when the group get back together, these, like, they're called cat balls really, and when the cats knock them the lights flicker on them, but we're all using them for the invest now. Well, we've got quite a few of them now, and we put one on we were using them, but last week's show, what we did was we put them down on the floor, and as I was putting them down, I was talking and I said something about a disco, and suddenly the voice came up, but when I was actually setting them up, there was not a sound at all, and when we played it back, that's when we went, whoa.
Yeah.
And because, well, we only found it by mistake, really, didn't you? Because when we'd actually gone to the balcony bit, as you know yourself, Liz, when you're doing like the invests, sometimes you have a little joke and a laugh before you actually get started.
Yeah.
And I think because we were recording as well, I think it was the third go we actually started recording, didn't we? After like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So Jamie had to cut the beginning bits off. It's only a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So we just played that recording to see where he was going to, like, chop the first bit off. Because it started like a minute or two into it. And it's only, that was the only reason that we actually found that. And he played it to see where he was cutting it.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, Liz, is when we actually did that investigation, Lee and Leanne were with us.
Mm-hmm.
We just said, just come along, so they came along, and Lee decided to bring his own little recorder, which was I think it was a Panasonic little recorder there, and he went, I'll put that out, Now they were, we were social distancing as well, so they were like, a few feet away from us, weren't they, really? And the recorder was, I'd say the recorder was about 2 or 3 foot away, maybe more, from my recorder, and his picked it up as well. And what I'm going to do is I'll play that in a second for those who missed it last. Well, I'll play it 2 or 3 times again this week, and then let people listen to it again, and they can judge for themselves what they hear. But it was so, when we heard it was so clear, and when Lee said, let's try my record and see if we've got it, and we got Lee's record, and there it was on Lee's as well. So that's quite good evidence.
Yeah.
And we definitely didn't hear anybody outside, because it was so quiet in Mill Street, you could hear a pin drop at times.
Yeah.
Anybody walking past, you heard them.
Somebody outside, you would have heard it.
Oh, definitely.
You know that yourself, Liz, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, we would have known if there had been somebody outside. Because it sounds like, I think he's telling us off, or he's telling someone off, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a really good record. What I'll do is I'll play that now, and the people out there, they can listen to what it says, and then they can give us their views on it. So this is what it sounded like when we heard it last week. Disco. Disco. Sorry. Disco. Disco. Sorry. Disco.
Yeah, you can definitely hear something.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, what does it sound like to you, Les?
Stop it.
And what about you, Jonathan?
I think it says stop it.
It does. It goes stop it. Something like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, all I was doing was putting a couple of colour balls on the floor for the kids to play with. And we got that. And what happened, Jonathan, in the end? What happened with them coloured balls? Are done.
Well, we had three of them down, didn't we?
Yeah.
I know one we already had outside the studio in that little hallway. So I moved that one up when we were on the balcony, and you put another couple down, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. We'd have been waiting till now for them to come on because you never switched them on.
Oh, I know. It was so funny, wasn't it? Because I picked them up and went, oh, I didn't turn them on.
That's typical.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, the one we done before that, we actually put one of them there, and it went off a few times.
Yeah.
And
right.
you captured it on camera in the end, and you ended up videoing it.
Yeah, got that. And we'll put that up on YouTube when it's all up and running.
Definitely.
Be a good one.
Yeah. And talking about the YouTube, I mean, that's coming up. I think you mentioned it earlier on. That's coming up, and with all the shows, what we've done so far, from number 1 to this one, will be up on YouTube for everybody to listen to. And yep, they're well worth listening back to because we've got some good people on them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can even listen to Jonathan as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and also, Bill will be on there, and that'll be nice memory for him, to have him on there as well.
Yeah.
Poor Bill. And do you know what? We'll have a quick talk about Bill anyway, because I mean he is missed. Even though we're not doing the investigations, you're thinking about him quite a few times. And when I'd done that interview with him, when I'd done it with Liz, he absolutely loved it. And he rang me up and he went, "Was that interview all right, Jamie?" I said, "Yeah, it was fine, Liz." But then when I looked back at it, I went, "Bill," I said, "We'll redo it again." I said, "If you want, because see what we can do on the next one." And sadly, it didn't happen. But when I listened back to him, he put it on. It was brilliant. It was just Bill. I mean, if you'd have changed it now, and I'm glad I didn't, it wouldn't have been Bill. No. So I'm glad we captured that. So, and it was nice. He
was chuffed to bits doing it.
Yeah. I wish I'd have got him a few more times. What? We only started. This show only started in August.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's going well. And Jonathan was telling us tonight we've even had someone from Texas.
Yeah, we've had people from Texas and Ohio. All like.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting in on their Instagram and Facebook.
That's all right, isn't it?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You get surprised at what happens, when people come on these things. You think, oh my God, how did that get across to Texas?
Yeah.
But that's the internet for you, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm pleased with that. So from Texas, thank you. So Liz, I mean, you've not been able to do much. You haven't been able to do any readings or anything like that. But you and Jonathan went across to a house. Somebody called you in a while back, didn't he? Because they were having a few hauntings. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, a lady and her daughter, and things were happening in the house and the daughter was frightened. So she asked us to go in and have a look, see what we could see.
Yeah.
And downstairs, it was an old lady who was in and out.
Yeah.
In spirit. But she wasn't there to harm anyone. But when you went upstairs into the room which the daughter was sleeping in, the young girl, she was terrified. And she would never go in the wardrobe, would she, Jonathan?
No, it was like a built-in wardrobe, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the corner.
And
things kept happening.
Yeah.
And waking her up, she couldn't sleep, and she gathered it was a male, didn't she?
Yeah.
And it was more she felt threatened more than anything.
Yeah, it was like threatened, but she felt really uncomfortable as well.
Yeah. With his presence.
When you could you feel the presence there between the both of you?
Well, I could feel something, whether it was a male or not at that particular moment. I couldn't tell. I just knew there was something there that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. So
it just didn't feel right.
Was it like an entity or was it an actual spirit? Do you know any idea?
Yeah, it was I felt it was an actual spirit, to be honest.
Right.
Or like an attachment to the young girl.
And could you feel anything yourself, Jonathan? I know that you're not a medium like Liz, but could you tell anything was there?
I don't really feel much stuff like that, but you could sense that something was there. And we did get a few little things happen as well.
Right.
I think as we were stood there in the room, I think I was stood nearest to the wall, which like the wardrobe was on. And as we were talking, it was as if, I could only explain it as if like a stone had fell down the wall, but from the ceiling to the floor. But you could hear it going all the way down the whole wall.
Really?
Rather than just dropping from the ceiling. It was like something had gone all the way down the wall to the floor, which was a bit strange.
Yeah, it was like bang, 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 wasn't it? All the way down.
And were the family there with you when you were doing this, Liz? Yeah. And how did they feel? How did they feel when you were there? You were doing this investigation and cleansing. How did the family feel about you being in there? I know they called you out, but were they nervous?
The daughter was. She was very nervous.
Yeah.
You could see it. It was written all over her face. That's why I said to her, you've got to keep reassuring it's all right. Nothing's going to happen to you,
Yeah.
The mum just wanted it gone.
And I mean, how long were you there for when you were actually, doing this investigation?
Well, it was it sounds terrible. It was it was, fairly straightforward. So what, an hour, Jonathan, would you say?
Yeah, it was only about an hour, yeah.
Yeah, about an hour.
Right, and once, when you'd finished and everything else, I mean, we won't go into detail with it being on the radio, but could you feel a difference in the atmosphere?
Yeah.
And
it felt still, very still, the atmosphere, very calm, very still.
And have you heard from the family since you've done that? Have you heard from the family at all?
Yeah, the mum, she thanked us for going round and said it's been fantastic. They've not had a problem since.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear.
And the daughter's quite happy, sleeping in that room now.
Yeah.
Nothing's there now, it's just a bedroom.
Right, and when I'll go back a little bit. When you first came, were the family frightened? Were they just wanted to get rid of it? It was annoying them, because everybody reacts differently.
Yeah, well, the mum, she didn't give much away. She was more concerned for her daughter, and she wanted it gone.
Yeah.
But the daughter was frightened.
So, yeah. So you've done a good deed then. And I know obviously you can't give the address or anything about which area of Merseyside was it?
Liverpool Speak area.
Oh, the Speak area. Well, you don't come far from there, do you, Liz? And
No, it's only a few miles, 5 miles down the road.
yeah. And talking about, things like that, I mean, do you remember the one we all went to in the Belvale area?
Oh, yeah.
The house in Belvale. But it seems, is it me or does it seem that there's a lot of houses with hauntings in them? Whether it's because of the press. I mean, obviously it's going to be out there a lot more. You've got 30 East Street. You had the famous one, didn't we? Down in Essex.
Oh God, yeah.
Right. Sorry, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but answer that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Do you know what? Do you know when you get that moment where your mind is completely blank?
I have that all the time.
Well, mine's like that because as you know, Jonathan, because it was your fault. I was going down to Mill Street Barracks tonight to pick up the microphones and the mixing board because I was doing it from home. So before we even started this recording, I was down in Mill Street Barracks, and you decided to say, I was, Liz, because nobody else would come with me, Liz, because of lockdown, so I had no choice but to go on my own. Do you know what I mean? So I decided to go there and get me microphones and me headphones and the mixing board, which I've got here now, and set it all up here, so we could record tonight's show. And obviously Jonathan can't come into the studio, or he couldn't come into the studio this week, and I don't know about next week, whether we're back to normal, I don't know. So we set it up here, and we've got yous on Google Meetings, and that's why we've got the both of yous on now, which is brilliant, superb. So we're all nice, we're all cozy and warm tonight anyway. But what Jonathan did to me was he said to me, Jamie, while you're down there, why don't you do a little investigation on your own?
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the kind of friends you have. So
well, why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Well, you're there and all that.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Don't worry, Jonathan.
As you do.
I think it was karma because I made him do an invest on his own once with a blindfold on and things like that,
Yeah.
So I think it was his thing.
Favourite place, yeah.
So I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm here. I've got my recorders. Everything's packed, ready to go home. To come back here. Why not do a little mini investigate at Mill Street Barracks? Yeah. Wrong idea because.
Oh my God.
When you were talking about it and you were suggesting it, Jonathan, I was thinking to myself, well, I was in here on my own once before doing this radio show, and so many things happened to me. I still think about it, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, nah, I'm not doing it. Don't care what he says. And then the other side of me was going, just do it, Jamie. Because otherwise he will give you stick like you've been giving him stick for the last few weeks.
That's right.
So, against my best judgment, I went and done it.
Oh God.
And in a couple of minutes I'll be playing that recording. I didn't just do one part. I did the first two sections. I did the cellar.
Oh, right. Okay. You're brave.
On my own.
That is brave. I'll give you that one.
Brave.
No way I'd go down there.
Brave. It was stupidity. It's as simple as that. Anybody out there, can I just advise you, do not do an investigation unless there's someone else in the building.
Yeah.
Because then you've got someone you can cry on the shoulder.
Yeah. Somebody to cling gold on.
And anyway, I thought, right, let's just tidy up the room and everything else, and make sure I covered everything over so no dust gets on it, because I don't know whether we're in next week or the week after or whatever. So I thought to myself, I'll cover everything over, make sure everything's, you know, sorted for when we go back. I didn't even put the heater on.
Oh, didn't you?
No. I didn't think I was going to be there that long, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Because of you. And
I'm sure you're going to get me back.
I'm sure I will. You know, like, oops, sorry. Yeah, I've got to. Was it you who, when I was going down the stairs that time in the cellar, you decided not to come down the stairs, and I went down the bottom of the stairs, and you were at the top?
It could have been.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
I know. See, Liz, we're loyal to people are loyal, but he's not. So, would you, Liz? Can I ask you before I play? Would you go down the cellar on your own?
No way. Not a chance.
And Jonathan, would you?
If I have to.
Oh, you will have to.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to, Jonathan, because you've done it to me. So, yeah, if you have to. You should have just said no because you put yourself right in it now.
Should I? Oh dear.
I know.
Dear me.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do in a few seconds. I'm going to play it because it was quite good. It was I was very, very scared, but it came across pretty calm at first.
Did
Oh,
you?
right, okay.
Yeah, I had the torch on. But yep. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. Instead of talking about it, what I will do is I will now play you my night at Mill Street Barracks on my own. A couple of months ago, I was talking to Sean Kenner from Dark Territory, and a lot of things happened to me that night, which I'm still trying to think about, and I'm still trying to get around my head. And you've probably heard me talk about it a few times on the show. But I've come back to Mill Street tonight to pick up my mixer because I'm doing the show from home for about 2 weeks, and then back into the studio. So I've come to get my mixer, and I've got my little trusty little recorder here with me. And what I'm going to do, for some reason or other, whether I'm mad or what, I'm going to do a mini invest on my own again. Now, yep, I've thought about it a few times since I've been here because I'm just downloading some stuff off the computer which I need, and I decided now, hey, let's go for it. I've had a little dare, so thanks for that. So I'm going to go down into the cellar first. I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the cellar, see what happens. Now I might leave the recorder down there on its own, I don't know, but then again, who knows what's going to happen tonight. So I'm going to put my torch on now. I'm going to leave the studio. You can probably hear the echo already. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? No Jonathan, no Marie, no friends, just me. Okay, just coming into the main hall. I'll just make sure the door. Oh, for goodness sake, it's dark. Let me turn the lights on. I'm not going to turn the lights on when I'm down there because I've got my torch. It's only while I'm going down there and turn the lights on. Why? Okay. Hello, it's only me. Okay, let me just put the lights on. Am I glad I've got a big coat on tonight because it's cold here. Thank God the lights locked. I'm in the cellar now. Oh dear. Hello? Thought he had walking behind me then. So I'm going to go into the middle room. You don't realise how eerie this is for me. It's jeez, my God, why do people leave dolls around? Okay. Do you know what's even more scary? I'm a Liverpool fan, and on the ceiling it's got AFC, but I won't be looking at that in a minute because I'm going to be turning the light out. So I'm going to put the recorder on the table. I'll knock them with me. Let's record on the table. Do I turn the light out? Do I turn the light out? I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to turn the light out now and do a call out. So, Jonathan, don't you ever dare me to do this again. I only came here to get the mixer, and you said, I've got an idea, Jamie. Why don't you go down a cellar and why don't you do a little ghost hunt on your own? Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm going to turn the lights off now. In a second. In a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Should I or shouldn't I do a call out? If anybody's here with me now and you can hear my voice, don't be afraid to come forward, come and talk to me. Show me you're around. If you can't make a sound, I'm not here to harm you. Just did the car going past. Oh, for God's sake, this is too dark. You know who I am, you know I'm not here to harm you in any way. Can you talk to me? Can you let me know you're here, please? Oh, Jonathan, you're going to pay for this, mate. Can you only come for the mixer? That's me. Do you know what? It's that dark I can't even see my own hand. Right, let's get confident, Jimmy. Let's get confidence. If there is somebody here, don't be afraid to come forward in any way. Show me a light. I promise you I'll try not to run. I said to try. Can you make a sound? That was my phone, thankfully. Can you tell me your name, please? I can hear some kind of noise, but I don't know what it is. Tell you one thing, Jonathan, I'm not going in a room I don't like. And I'm not going into the firing range either. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with me now. Can you come forward, please? Come and show me you're here. Use my energy if you want. I'm not here to harm you or disrespect you. And please, try and be nice if you do come through. I'm nice to know when the cars go past them. There's something around. Can you copy me? We'll try again. Let me try again. You don't realise how nervous I am. Hello? It's the bells. I'm going to ask again if there's somebody here. I've got to do it. Is Claire about, please? Can you make a sound? My heart's going pum, 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 pum. If something happens, it won't even start. It won't even beep. I'm going to ask if there's somebody here with me. Can you come forward, please? Can you make a shadow? Another car. Hello? Hello? I'm getting little noises, but I don't know whether that's the building or what. Can you copy me? I'm just going to tap on the table. Can you copy me, please? Can you do that? Hello? I don't know why I'm looking around, because it's dark, but tell me that was the wind. I came in today, well, this evening, to, like I said, to pick up the mixer. Earlier on today I was talking to James Anthony, who was on the shows earlier on when we first started, and you know, we were talking about the building itself and how sad it looks that nobody's coming in here. And it does, when I came in tonight to do it, I mean, obviously I'm recording the shows for me, but when you start taking note of things, it's really, it is sad. It's sad for the building that it's not being used how it should be. Do you miss the people coming in here? I can see a light. I'm just going to put my torch on for a second, because just to see if it's just a light. It's a mirror, but I'm getting a reflection in the mirror. That's probably the who wasn't there before. Oh, for God's sake. I've just seen... Where's that confidence from? I've just had a light. I turned round to look behind me, even though I can't see, but it was like a really nice white light. But I thought it was coming through one. There's a couple of holes in the wall, and it was there. But as soon as I turned round, it was gone. I'm just going to have a look. I'm going to put my torch on. Let me just check on the other side. I've got my torch on, so I'm getting a bit brave now. Right. Oh, shh. I can't swear, can I? I'm doing this. I've just to be honest with you, I thought the lights were on, the security lights, what we have, you know, for fires. There's no security light whatsoever down here, so I haven't got a clue what that white light is. I seem to be getting a bit brave. I don't know how long I've been down here now, but hello? I've just seen the light again. Can you show me that light again, please? I'd really appreciate it if you could. You know who I am, my name's Jamie. I've been here a long time now. It's a building I love to be in all, as much as I can. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my word, oh my word. What is it? It's gone. I'm starting to get a bit Hello? Claire, if that's you, can you make the light come on again, please? Now I'm getting really nervous. I can see the light, it looks like it's moving. Oh my god. Hello? If I do swear, I do apologise. The person who's in here with me now, can you come forward, please? I'm not here to harm you, I am here as a friend. I'm sure you know me by now because I've been here a long time. Oh, Jonathan, you're in me bad books now. I can see the light. Can you make the light brighter, please? If you're trying to communicate with me, can you make the light brighter, please? I'm now starting, the room is going darker and darker. Jesus! Hello? I'm just going to have a break. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have a few seconds break and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to have to stop for a second because I need to get a drink as well. Okay. Sorry about that. But I am in the cellar on my own. I came back upstairs. I sat there, just had a drink of water and that. And I thought to myself, you know what? Go back down. But this time I'm at the top of the stairs now. I've been debating whether to go back down or not, but I'm going to. Do you know what? If it wasn't for this radio show, I'd be out of this building now. I'm going down the stairs back to the top. Why am I torturing myself like this? Right, I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I don't like standing near the stairs because a lot of figures have been seen, not just by friends but by other groups who've been in here. I wouldn't mind, but they haven't even got the you know, the firelights on where they have they have a little green light on each end of the room. They don't even have that on. And sorry, I just thought I heard stuff. Hello? Hello? No, should I go further down? So no, I'm going to go in the middle. I've got this far on my own. Let's see how far I can get. I've got to watch these beams as well because I know how much they hurt. Oh, Jesus, the door. I've got my torch on the shadow one across the door. I'm shutting that door. One, because I love the middle room here, but I'm not. God, I put a big coat on now because it's absolutely freezing. Back to the wall. I can now see the whole of the cellar. I'm near the door of the middle room. The door of the middle room is slightly closed. It's closed, but slightly open at the same time. Here we go. Lights out. In a minute. Let me just get me bearings and let me get me. Listen, if anything happens now, I'll be faster than Usain Bolt and Limpid Christie. Don't you worry about that. Hello? Right, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm in the door. No, I'm not. Because I can hear a sound. Right, here we go. I'm going to ask if there's somebody here with me now. Me turn the torch off. Can you make a sound? Can you talk to me? If the person's here who comes with this, do you have a shadow? Can you come towards me if you want? The bells again. It's how long is that? I feel like I've been down here forever. Do you know what? I won't look both ways. I don't want me back to the wall or anything. I don't want to not see the whole of this cellar. I've done this hundreds of times, and every time it's different. But being on my own is completely. I've never been down the cellar this long on my own before, ever. So any listeners out there, please, if you hear anything on this, if you hear any voices or anything like that, let me know. We'll give you the information a little bit later on in the show. Do I or don't I? Okay. If there's anybody here with us now, anyone who I can hear or I could see, could you come forward please? Come and show me you're here. Come and talk to me. Can you make a sound? Can you show me you're around please? It's sad that the building's not in use at the moment and nobody can come and visit you as they used to do. But it's not our rules. I would love to be here all the time. I'd love to be able to get people to come here and visit. And it must be strange for you to not be able to see people around. I know the building at one time was derelict. Maybe, you know, I don't know, I'm just mumbling on, maybe you thought the building was it's gone to that position again where there's nobody coming in apart from the odd person. But we promised, hello, we promise you that people will be back here and the building will be back in use again. I thought I'd seen something then moving. I thought I'd seen a dark shadow next to me then. As I was saying, I promise that people will return to this building once this pandemic is over, once we're all clear of it, and we'll have it back to normality. We'll have the children, the cadets will be back. I wish that wouldn't do that when it was doing that. I'm sure there's a bit of winds from somewhere, and every now and then you just hear it and it makes you a bit twitchy, to be honest with you, especially when you're not expecting it. So we will be back, everybody will be back, the atmosphere will be up again. It's sad times across the world with what's happening. But we're not ignoring you. No one's ignoring you. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can tell me your name, please do so. Let me know your name now. The room I don't like with, I can't even say it because I'm like a bit jittery now. The room I don't like, I saw, whether it's my eyes, I do not know, but I'm sure I saw a shadow just coming out of there slowly. I'm going to back away a little bit because I don't want to be near that room at all. I'd rather be near, oh Christ, them stairs are dark as well. What am I doing? That was me, thankfully. I'm going to ask if there's somebody here with me now. If you can hear me or you can see me, please come forward. We're not here to do you any harm. We? I wish there was a we. I'm so used to calling out with groups and everything like that, and when Jonathan's here. Oh my God. I just feel as if something's going to happen. I feel like I'm being watched. I did see a shadow come from that room because it's gone again, that room, it's gone. I might go and do somewhere else because I'm starting to feel really, really nervous down here on my own. I think I'll give it one more call. I'm going to be dead brave and give it one more call. Let me just get against this door because I don't want it to open. You ready? Oh my God. I'll say it gently in arms. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with me now. Anyone who can hear me or see me. Any of the children, Claire, Jack. Even Bruce, if you're around. Come on. Let us know you're here. That was my stomach. Let us know you're here, please. I'm not here to harm you or ridicule you. I'm on my own. I don't want to be afraid of you. Because at the moment I'm very, very nervous, and I know I shouldn't say it, and I know I'm a bit vulnerable at the moment, but you know me, I've been here a very long time, as I said earlier on. Seriously. don't even want to look in the rooms, to be honest with you. In the hello? 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 Was that you just then? I'm sure I heard a woman's voice, or a woman. If anybody did hear that, let me know. Give me an email and tell me, or message me or whatever on Facebook. I'll be brave and say it's Facebook. It's Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. Just go to that page and just say something there. Who's just spoken then, please? I'm sure I heard you. Could you tell me your name, please? I wouldn't mind, but it was near the stairs. Could you make a sound again, please? I'm going to turn the torch on. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up the stairs, and I'm going to go somewhere else. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to find another part of the building to go into, and I'll be straight back. Okay, because I want to get out of this cellar now. I think I've been here long enough. I think I've been brave. Jonathan, you've got a lot to pay for me when I see you. Okay, I'll see you in the next room. Well, the second part of that investigation that you decided to send me on, Jonathan, is a little bit later on in the show, but that was the cellar part of it, which I'm not even going to thank you for.
Oh, it's fine. You're welcome.
No, I said I'm not even going to thank you for it.
Oh, thanks.
And I know you only heard little bits and pieces of it, but Liz, what did you hear? You thought you heard something, didn't you?
Yeah. Saying stop it.
Another one saying stop it.
Oh no, on that one.
No, that was the EVP, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I meant in the cell. Can I just ask you, Liz?
Yeah, no.
Are you listening to this or watching telly?
No, I'm listening. No, I also heard like banging as well in the cellar.
Yeah.
Banging and like there's just weird noises.
That was probably me panicking.
You could hear footsteps. Well,
Yeah.
I heard footsteps.
Well, when I went down into the cell, I actually thought that I heard something behind me, like that, as if they were following me. And you know the cellar. You both know the cellar as much as I do. And near the stairway, there's always something unusual there, and you do get footsteps around there anyway. So yeah, it was a bit nervy. It was a bit scary, but I did it.
Yeah.
Not only did
I'll give you that.
yeah, but not only did I do that, but I went back for a second time.
I don't know.
God.
I didn't even want to go the first time.
You're glutton for punishment.
I know, yeah, that's because with you having me as a presenter, let's not go there. But
Wow.
yeah, Liz, do you want to take over the presenting instead of Jonathan? Because these are the things, yeah.
Just like to keep you on your toes, Jamie. That's all.
Keep me on my toes. I would have been. I'll tell you, if anything would have seriously have happened in there tonight, I wouldn't have been on my toes. I'd have been out that building. There wouldn't even been need a door opening. It's as simple as that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience, but I mean, like we said, there's another part to it later on, so it's going to be a bit strange because I did the part where you heard the voice or the hiss at the top of the stairs when you nearly threw Leanne down the stairs. Yeah. Well, I decided, because of what happened to you, I decided to go up there and record.
All right, okay.
I've not heard it. Don't know what it sounds like or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I like to, when I put these on the show, because me being me and everybody else, I go and listen to it as well to see if I can, improve on anything.
Yeah.
23 shows in, I'm still trying to improve. And you do listen to it. You sit there. It's something to listen to, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you get even though I done the show and you done the show and tonight Liz is doing the show, you still think, do you know what? I've got an idea because you know what? I shouldn't have done it that way. I've got an idea for next time. So you're picking up things all the time. So I don't know what I've picked up on there or if anything. I've just done the investigation and I put it out there. And to be honest with you, if anybody does hear anything, that would be brilliant. And if you could contact us, that would be brilliant. Jonathan? No, I'm only kidding, Jonathan.
Well, if you want.
No, I've got it here. I'm going to say, if anybody does hear anything on the show, when I do the investigations, or if anybody wants to get in touch and come on the show, you're more than welcome. And you can contact us on info.accessparanormal@gmail.com. Or you can go onto our Facebook page, which is Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. So, please join that one. There's also a group on there with exactly the same name. You can go onto our Twitter, which is @AccessParanorm1. You can also join our Instagram, which is Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. And finally, this week, you can even go onto our YouTube channel, which is also Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. You can't miss it. It's got a big green logo in the top left-hand corner, and there'll be a new banner on it soon as well. But please join us on them. And if you want to get in touch with us and share your stories or come on the show, that's the way to do it. Not bad, eh, John?
Okay.
Hey?
You got it there, didn't you?
Yeah, it's up on my screen.
You're cheating now.
No, it's not cheating. It's called professionalism.
Do you know what though, Jamie?
Yeah.
I had it on my phone ready. I thought he's going to get me there.
I did because I actually, because I mean, we're doing it through Google and whatever, Google Meet, and that's the only thing I can't get right now, isn't it? So because we're going through Google Meet, I can actually see the both of yous at home. So that's another thing. If anybody wants to join us on the chat as well, and join in on the conversation, we are going to be doing Google Meets. So, but we'd only have so many of yous on. So, we will mention it, and then we'll choose a number of people to come on it with us. And you can come on the show and we can record you and talk to you, and then it'll be out there. And it's also, and I mean, the stations they're on it's accessnorthwest.org.uk or l35radio.co.uk. And the first of these shows is on Access Northwest on a Sunday night, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. every week. And on L35 it's on a Monday night, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. every week. But it's also on other times as well. And if you check the posters out, it's got every single bit of information you need. Go ahead there, John. You're impressed, aren't you?
I'm very impressed, I've got to say.
Like you said, I've got it up on my screen.
Yeah, especially with all the changes this week, and you've done all that.
I know.
I'll give you that one.
I know. Well, you're doing YouTube, so I thought I'd have a little go this time. So yeah. I mean, being locked in, lockdown like this. We were talking about this last week, Jonathan, weren't we? About how many groups out there they must be so frustrated, especially the businesses, because they must be losing a package.
Yeah, especially all the buildings that rely on the money.
Yeah.
From groups going in.
Definitely.
There must be thousands of them.
There must be, and
yeah.
Some groups are sadly going under because they can't keep going.
Especially those that are run as businesses as well.
Yeah,
There's quite a few out there, isn't there?
Yeah, and I know that there's a controversial side of it. People saying, "Oh, it's a business. You're doing this. You do." Do you know what? Everyone's got to make a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's in the paranormal world, whether it's out there, you know, we've all got to earn a wage to live. And who are we as individuals to complain about that?
Yeah. I mean, these people that run it as a business, I mean, they're putting that many hours in. You know?
Of course.
You can't do that for nothing.
No, of course they can't.
There needs to be some financial gain there.
There is.
You know what I was thinking of? You know the ones that have that do block bookings on buildings months ahead. They'll have lost.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have lost a lot of money.
Well, unless the buildings are, you know, reimbursed, and which would be great. But you've also got to think these buildings have got to survive as well.
Exactly. So that's right. I'm thinking they wouldn't have the money there to reimburse them, would they?
No,
not fully anyway.
And when you think about it, Liz and Jonathan, we were talking earlier on about Most Haunted going to the mansion house here in St Helens, and that's been put up for sale now.
Has it?
Yeah, that's been up. And I mean, hopefully it's not going to be turned into flats.
Yeah.
God.
You know, you got a historical building here. You know.
Is it listed?
It must be, Liz. It must have it because it's you know it's famous, isn't it? I mean, kings and queens have been there. So it's got to be listed, hasn't it? It's a historical building.
But even listed buildings, they can still be converted.
As long as features.
Yeah.
As long as they stay within the regulations, they can still convert them.
Right. Yeah.
So it would be a shame.
It would be horrendous.
They don't disturb any of the original features, isn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fair enough, you know that. I mean, we've got to keep our history, haven't we? But
Oh yeah.
I mean, thankfully we can go out and do our exercises.
Yeah.
You know, so on our exercises, what you know, I think I can meet like Jonathan outside of me house as long as we keep our distance and we're in a bubble.
I thought you couldn't meet outside other households.
I think you can meet one person.
One person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so two people could meet up.
I thought it's only one other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were talking about this, weren't we? About getting out there and doing some exercise.
Yeah.
With the recorder I've got.
Yeah.
And recording some paranormal investigations as we went along.
Because that really is good exercise. Off, on, pause.
Liz, when I say... I don't believe you said that. Yeah, off, on, that's thumb exercise, but don't forget, Liz, we've still got to walk to places by car. Yeah. So... we're still getting out and about. There's no limit. I know we can't go into Wales or things like that, but there's nothing stopping us going out and doing a little bit of a walk, a talk, and an invest.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing it. We're doing it specifically for the show. That's the main thing we're doing it for. Because, do you know what? In this weather, who wants to go out and go walking and do an invest?
No one.
No.
It's been cold, wet.
Too cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
Let me just take you back, Jonathan. Right. Hi, Jonathan. I'm just going down to Mill Street Barracks. I'm going to go and pick up my mixer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up in the house because obviously we can't meet up this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it like this. Blah 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 blah. Great, okay then. I'll ring you when I get to Mill Street and we'll have a little bit of a chat because I'm on my own. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Blah, blah, blah. Get to Mill Street Barracks. Why don't you do a mini invest on your own, Jamie?
It'd be a wasted opportunity, wouldn't it?
It was freezing. Seriously.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think even the spirits were too cold, and they're usually the ones what give us the cold, you know.
My God.
Yeah. So, you know, when you sit moaning about it being too cold, Jonathan, I'm going to wait till we've got down to a -10 and get you to do a mini invest on your own.
Yeah.
You know what your lale is?
I'm waiting now.
You're there. Invest.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know whether he was scared or just cold.
I know.
But you know what? I even though it was on my own, and I was really scared, to be honest with you, I'll tell you the truth. Still wasn't as bad as the night I'd done the interview.
Was it not?
With Sean Cannon. No, because I don't know what it was that night. It just overflowed with stuff that really scared me. If Sean hadn't been carrying on talking to me about the interview and everything else, and there's no way I would have stayed there.
Yeah.
No way.
I know that really frightened you.
Yeah, it did. Would I do
paranormal investigators, but
yeah.
You still get a fright when something happens.
Of course you do, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You really do.
Well, as a group,
that's what we go for.
Well, yeah, and as a group, Liz, as you know, I mean, Ghost Quest, our group, Ghost Quest. I mean, we've done loads of investigations together. I mean, we've been going this is the 11th year now, and when you think about it, the amount of times we've all been frightened.
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah,
it's no worse than me.
I mean, you're the funniest, Liz, because you put your head up on your hood over your head. You're the medium. You put the hood. You put the hood over your head, and who do you turn into? Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's right. I put my Power Rangers through some.
Yeah. Do you know what, Jonathan? Wouldn't you love to see that?
Yeah.
Do you know what'll happen though, John? We'll turn up on our very first investigation once this COVID's over, and this'll turn up in the yellow Power Ranger. But
well, they can't get you then.
Yeah, Liz.
That's your protection, isn't it, Liz? What you put on?
Yes, my protection. What I
Yeah.
put on.
Yeah, Jonathan, don't encourage you.
Themselves in bubbles or whatever. I put a Power Ranger suit on.
Well, it's not done you very well with this COVID, has it?
Oh
no. Hey.
Mind you, I haven't caught anything yet. Touch wood.
It's funny, isn't it? We can go on ghost hunts, get protected, get all this protection around us, and then we get caught by COVID. What's a little minuscule thing that can go in your body and give you COVID? Madness.
I know.
The world's mad.
Crazy.
Yeah, go. I'll tell you what. Let's have another. I mean, that's a different conversation. The COVID stuff and that. But let's talk about EVPs. I mean, because we got that EVP last week, we don't do a lot of it, do we? As a group, our group personally, we don't do a lot of it, and I think we need to start going into it because it's something I'm seeing a lot of it on the TV.
Well, do you know? Years ago, when I was doing Invest, with others and that was the one thing I always had, and everybody had, the little, well, even some of them were MP3 players or MP whatever players, and use them as a recorder, and virtually everyone of the team had one in the hand, and as they were trying, they said go on, go off, go on, go off. So everybody had recordings that night. Yeah. It's just a natural thing to carry around with you and use.
It showed though, Liz, that when we recorded that EVP last week, I got it on the recorder which I've got here, and Lee Arnold had his little recorder and caught it on that. Now, what more evidence do you need than that when it's caught on two recorders?
Exactly.
I mean, the last time that ever happened to me was quite a few years ago when I had a video camera, a handheld recorder and another recorder down on the floor, and all three of them, when I asked the person's name, said Claire, and that's how we know Claire's in the building, and the voice came out on all three audios, the video and the two MP3s. And
it's absolutely balmy.
Well, I prefer that to do the EVP. Sorry, I prefer to do that than have the spirit box with bit like that.
That can become really irritating at times. That
it can, yeah. I know people like them, and I've seen, especially on YouTube, a lot of the paranormal groups out there using them, and they do get some good evidence off them. Don't get me wrong, they do.
Yeah.
The noise is just so irritating after a couple of minutes. It really is.
Yeah.
I think that's.
What are them quiet ones? What they use?
Yeah.
I think they're more of an app, aren't they, on your phone? I think you can get an actual. I think you can get an actual box that's made like a spirit box, but it doesn't have the hiss sound like the white noise.
That's where I've seen them on YouTube. I thought, now I don't mind them.
No,
yeah,
no.
Some of them use the phones as well, and you can get apps for it.
Well, I've got opinion with phone ones, and it was my son, with my son's into the music and that. And we were talking about this as well, Jonathan, that digital, how does a spirit work with digital?
Yeah.
Monologue, it's different, isn't it, But when you think of digital, how can a spirit use digital? If you just fell off your chair, Liz.
No, just different.
Sorry, I'm
still sat on my chair.
Like I said before, we got Google Meet, and I can see the two videos. I thought a lizard fell off a chair then, which would have been funny. But
no.
How going back to the digital stuff, my son was saying to me that digital is digital. He did explain it to me, but he does a scientific thing. I haven't got a clue. But the way he explained it to me, and he was saying about digital now. How were the spirits from the wartime know how to use digital stuff? How are the spirits from any time know how to connect to
It's all an energy, isn't it? It's all energy based.
Yeah, I mean that's easy, Liz. I mean,
and electrical energy.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
It is, but they've still got to work out how to get their voice onto these things. Now.
But they are actually talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how to explain this? In their way, they are talking. We can't actually hear that.
Yeah.
Now, when they throw that energy across and it comes through on, EVPs and all that, that's the energy thing hitting.
Well,
them impulses.
I was going to say that because, I mean, obviously the item I'm using, the Tascam, I mean, that's digital.
Yeah.
It's digital. And we caught that voice. Now, is it because we're using it as a recorder and we're picking up? Because, I mean, I can't work out how to get my voice from me into that recorder because obviously the technology is incredible. So I'm just talking. So the EVP, they're just talking as well, aren't they? So is it because they're just picking it up? But what I'm saying is when we're using the phones to try and use the ovulus and things like that, how does a spirit know how to use an ovulus? How does a spirit know how to use these spirit boxes? Because to me,
they don't.
No.
They don't. It's just that energy wave that they're jumping on. That's all. It draws them. It's like a bit like a magnet.
Yeah.
And it's that there's not how to operate the ovulus or anything like that. It's the energy waves that they're attracted to.
Right.
I don't believe in the ovulus or the apps that do the same thing.
No.
They're loaded with words.
Yeah.
So I'm really not too sure about them being preloaded with words. We could have this conversation now. Say we done like a little mini invest right now.
Yeah.
And I came up with a word. I'm sure between the three of us we could associate that word with something.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Here's one what we're going to try as an experiment. And if anybody else out there who wants to try it, they can do is instead of using an obulus, right?
Yeah.
Why do we need an obulus when we can use our minds? So, what you could do is put headphones on, so you can't hear the other person. The other person goes in another room, or out the way where we can't hear it, or whisper it, whatever. And then ask a question. That person who's in that room on his own, all I have to do is sit there and go, fishing, car, go away. What is actually putting that in my head? Is it me just thinking them words, or is like a spirit putting them in my head? Do you get what I mean? So you could
It's just going through your head, that's all.
Right. So you could go in another room. So okay, let's say you buy an obulus. Is it £200, £250? These obulus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the test is we could have someone in the same room with an obulus with the headphones on and record, there, and somebody without one with the headphones on, and then somebody asking a question in another room, and then both of them. I mean, obviously they'd have to have earplugs in so they couldn't hear anything. Words coming out of both of them, and then see which one gets the most words, which match with the questions. If do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
you have to give them a range of like 10 words, no more than 10.
Well, say Liz, say for example, the person with the obulus is sitting there. The person says, "What's your name?" And somebody comes out and goes, "Fishing." Right? But that's with the obulus because that's what's come through on that. And then the person who hasn't got an obulus, and they're sitting there with exactly the same position, exactly the same setup, except without the electronic device, and they don't know what the question is in the next room. They don't know what that person's going to say, and you could turn around and go, "Mike or Stephen, how old are you?" 23. And it'd be interesting to see how both of them work.
Yeah.
And that would mean so there's a person with a £250 electronic item. There's a person with the mind.
Nothing. Yeah.
Because to me, because I think that's an experiment which we could try.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that and then see who comes out with the best. Record it.
Exactly.
And see who comes out. Because all you see is these obuluses. So it would be interesting to see how it works and how if people do pick them up, if it works like that. And it would be nice to have man versus electronics.
Yeah, it would,
yeah.
But we get, I mean, over the years, a lot of the better evidence that we've had has been without any gadgets whatsoever.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, our group itself, we don't use a lot of gadgets. We never have done.
We don't.
We'll take a K2 along, or we'll take a, now we're going to use an MP3, this recorder, the Tascam I've got there. They're going to come along. They're basically, and obviously the cat balls which flicker lights. They're the things I like.
But but you're only recording. You're not actually, getting spirit to do it. You know what I mean? It's a more natural thing that you're doing that. You're recording. You're not getting them to do anything, if you know what I mean, through the electronics.
No.
And that's what it's about. It's about, like I said, it's man versus electronics now. So we, once we get back as a paranormal group, I think these are the kind of things that we can try. And see, because you don't see it out there. And if any groups out there or anybody who goes on an investigation wants to try that experiment, feel free to do so. It would be great to see the difference.
Yeah.
I
love, I love gadgets.
We
don't. I like watching other groups doing them, but I personally wouldn't use them.
Yeah, and
I think they're interesting.
And I've got.
They are interesting.
Yeah.
Some of them do work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it works for certain people, then that's great.
Fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got
for them, then that's fine.
I've got no issues with the electronics at all. Everyone has their own ways of doing paranormal investigations, and I wouldn't sit there and go, "What are you buying that for?" You know, my attitude is if you want to use them and you're happy using them, that's great. You know, if you can get evidence with it, even better. You know, and we've been doing investigations for 10 years as our group, but there's been groups going out there for longer than us, and we're still learning. They must still be learning because obviously technology is getting better and better and better.
Oh yeah.
But but through all that time and through all the stuff we do, nothing can beat the sense of our own. You said it last week, Jonathan. You know, you can't beat your own senses, because if you walk into a house and somebody's had a big massive row, without knowing it, without knowing it, you know something's gone on there. You know that there's an atmosphere and that. So we're built like that. Electronics, and the funny thing is, electronics are built by man. To try and. So they're trying to build electronics to beat us. And you can never beat it. You can never beat. I don't think you can ever get better than a human being for looking for for spirits.
Yeah, definitely.
Because when you think about it, we're spirits. We one day we're going to be a spirit, or we're going to be something. We're going to be that kind of energy. So we've got that connection. Whereas electronics are just electronics.
Yeah, that's right.
And they will get better. They will get more technical and everything else. But sometimes I think there's too much.
Yeah, it can do at times. Yeah.
I mean,
you watch some of the groups and you're thinking, oh my God, must take them hours and hours and hours setting everything up because they have that many gadgets and gizmos with them,
Yeah.
And I think it takes the fun out of it.
It does. It takes the fun out of it for us, but for them, if you think about it, a lot of people love doing all that, and if they want to, that's great, And I think it's good that they're using them because people do like using them, and sometimes I think it's a comfort.
Yeah.
When I was doing the Invest Tonight, my comfort was obviously my torch, and it was also my recorder. But it was also my recorder, so it's nice to have some kind of electronics, but sometimes I think businesses out there are pushing things onto us because business is business as well. Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, because these companies that make the gadgets, they do come up with some really good ideas, and some of them
yeah.
As you say, they're a business, so they're making these things to make money.
Of course.
So who's to stop them doing that? You know what I mean?
Well, do you know what? Good luck to them, because if they can bring something out that's going to bring us enjoyment and some kind of evidence, that's the best thing about it. What we want to use and everybody uses it except us is CCTV.
Yeah.
The stuff you can capture on now is great.
Oh, brilliant!
But, excuse me. But the worry is now is electronics have gone this, and I've said this hundreds of times. The electronics now have gone to that point that you can even add special effects to make things look real. And that's where it goes against. It does, Liz. It goes against everything that we're out there for.
Yeah.
But there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's going to get more and more. You've seen it on your phones where you can add horns to your head, and you can do whatever you want with it now, can't you?
Well, there was an app on the iPhone when the iPhones. It wasn't long after the iPhone 3 or 4 came out, and you could start adding ghostly images into your photos and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's been out for a long time where you can do stuff like that.
Oh God, yeah.
So it must be even better now, because you must be talking 6-7 years ago now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It's time in a second to go back to my second part of me investigation.
All right, okay.
And this part, Jonathan, when we go across to it in a second, this is the part where I went up the top of the stairs where you got the hissing noise.
Right, okay.
So I've not heard how we get on. You've not heard how we get on.
No.
But this is how I got on.
Forward to that one.
Well, this is how I got on, Jonathan. Here it goes. Okay. Now at the bottom of the stairs in the main foyer, as you come through the white doors here at Mill Street, I feel a bit more calmer now I'm out the cellar. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up the stairs, because if you remember from last week's show, we done sorry, I forgot to tell you, I've got an I think it's called an SLR thing, or one of them things that look like stickmen. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I've got one of them with me, so if anything happens I'll tell you. Now I'm at the top of them stairs. I don't think I'll be running down them. And what I'm going to do, because if you remember last week, as I was stating before, Jonathan was up here and he heard what he thought was a voice or something in his ear just as we were going down the stairs. And we were with Leanne, me and Lee were down the bottom of the stairs. Sorry about that. If you hear a bleeping, it's just the stick man on the phone. That's what I'm going to call it, because I'm not onto all these electronic things. So I'm going to sit on the steps now. So let's take a bit of sellotape stuck to the floor there. Okay, so I'm going to sit down on the stairs, well, on the steps, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a call out here, and let's see what happens now. So if there's anybody here with me now, anyone who can hear me or who can see me, I'd like you to come forward, please. Come and tell me you're around. If you can see the item what's in my hand, it'll pick up voices. So if you talk, maybe I can't hear, but maybe this will pick it up. So could you tell me your name, please? Could you tell me how old you are? In the distance there's just a couple of cars going past in the down the road there. Could you make a sound? I thought there was a couple of knocks then. If that was you, can you do it again, please? I'm just moving the stick man around and seeing if I can see anything. Nothing yet, but when I do, you'll hear me footsteps running down the stairs probably. Let me just lean against this wall. So I'm just leaning against that one there. So I'm just going to get a bit comfortable. I'm going to ask again if there's anybody here with me now. Anyone who can hear me or see me. If you can come forward, let me know you're here. For those who don't know who I am, my name's Jamie. I've been part of this building for a long time, with my parents coming here. My dad was based here. Kenneth Williams. Maybe you were in the same regiment as him. This is where my mum used to come, Teresa. She used to come to meet my dad. He used to come to the dance area. He used to meet sometimes when the sergeants left and everybody was gone. My mum used to sneak in this building and meet my dad. So I've got like an attachment to the building. I've got like that special memories of it. You know, what I've been told. So like you, maybe you're connected to this building some way. You must be if you're still here. Sorry about my coat. My coat makes a bit of a noise because I've got a big heavy coat on tonight because it is so cold in here. This recorder I've got, I might have to peel it from the clutches of my hand because I think it's frozen solid to it now. Could you walk towards me, please? Are you able to walk towards me? I've just heard something downstairs. I don't know whether the recorder picked up because I'm at the top of the stairs, so I don't know whether that's been picked up. Somebody just walked past the main door, just a shadow like going across the door. That give me a little bit of a scare for a second then. I'm going to ask again, please come forward. Let me know you're here. Okay, I've just heard that again. If that's you, can you do it again, please? Like that bang was door outside, car door. It's not as bad at where I am now. To be honest with you, I'm quite relaxed for the first time because although it's freezing cold, it's not dark. It's not to the point that I can't see myself, see my hands anyway, and things like that. What's this? Such off, not dark now. But I can still see. I can see down the stairs fully. I can see into the classroom, which I might go to in a minute. What I'm going to do is right, okay. Hold on, I've got people near the main door there. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I know it sounds silly, but I'll have to come back because there's a couple of people standing near the door. I'm just going to check what they're doing. Well, I don't know what it is about tonight. I went down the stairs to check who was at the door there. It was just a couple of people. I think they were just standing there talking. I didn't open the door or nothing. I think what they'd done is they'd seen the light on in the building because I left the lights on in the main hall. And I think what they were doing was just having a little bit of a nose to see what was going on. I think they saw me figure walking towards them, so they decided to walk off. Anyway, I'm back now, and what I've done, I've come back up the stairs again. I've not stayed on the stairway. I've actually come up to the classroom, which I don't know whether you've listened to the other shows. Me and Jonathan have been in here and things happened. We were in here last week and we had Lee and Leanne with us and a few little things happened, but not a lot. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be in here on my own, and I love the talking because it's making me feel a bit calm, but I know what this room's like. Whether I stay in here, I do not know, but let's just go for it. Let's ad lib, as they can say. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start calling out again. So I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with me now. Anyone who can hear me or see me, please come forward. I know you've been here before. I know you've... Please, if you are here and I've just seen movement, I'll tap. Hello? Hello? Oh, seriously? No, don't do that to me. I've come here on my own. I'm not... I'm here as a friend. I'm not here to do you any harm. I'm sure you know who I am. Why did I shut that door? did say 10 minutes, I didn't say 10 seconds, did I? Why do I do this? Do I really need to call out now? Listen, I'm here as a friend, I'm not here to do you any harm. I know you made a sound before, made me jump. But if you are here and you can see me and hear me, be respectful as I'm being respectful to you. If you can tell me your name, are you part of this building? Did you work here? This is the same room, as I said before, me and Jonathan, Lilian was here, and then, hello? And there was another time when me and Jonathan were in here on our own and things were happening. And why am I doing this? And things were happening and things happening. Come on, please, 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 just be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. Why am I doing this? Can you make a sound, please? Room's going cold. My legs have gone really cold. Hello? Is that you making a sound? I'm going to stand up because I'm feeling a bit nervous here. I don't even want to open the door because I don't know. I'm going to ask again if there's anybody here with me now. Do you want to make a sound? Do you want to talk to me? I feel a web on my head, like a something touching my head like a web. So I'm just making my way towards the door a little bit just in case I need to do a runner. Are you here with me now? Are you watching me? I'm going to try something. I'm going to do this. Can you copy me in this room? I feel like I'm going to hear a little bit of whispering. Do you know what, this is more nervy than being down in the cellar. I can't believe I'm doing this. Can you make a sound? Sorry about my coat. I've got one of these big coats on and I'm glad it's absolutely freezing here. Absolutely freezing. Who's moving around now? Do you know what? I wish there was somebody here with me because I could say, are you moving? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? But being on your own, you can't do that, and it's a bit freaky, really. It's a bit. Hello? I remember one time, I'm going to talk just to calm myself down a little bit. I remember one time being in this room. Well, we weren't in this room, there were other people in this room, and me and Marie were in the far room called the rope room. And when we were in there, we thought this group was still in here, and we heard this hello coming from here. And we shouted hello back, and there was no reply again. So we both got up, we walked through the middle room, what was there, from the rope room and into this little classroom we're in now. And there was not a single person around. They'd all gone down to the hold on a moment, thoughts and movement. Yeah, they'd all gone into the main hall, and there was just us two in that room at the time. So that was a really unusual thing. So I was just glad I was with Marie at that time when I was calling out. I just wished someone was here with me now. Hello. Hello, talk to me if you want to. You don't have to. What I'm going to do is, I think I've had that long enough here. I'm on a bit of a nervous moment. I keep thinking of seeing things, whether it's because I'm like a bit nervous now and my eyes are like going from one thing to another to another to another. It's like my eyes are just not stopping. I just think, I don't think I'm on my own in this room. I feel like, hello? Tell you what I'll do. Can you copy me? Can you move something? If you don't want me here, I promise you, if you make a sound or do something, I will leave you alone, I promise you. Oh, okay, that was enough. Just heard it. Okay, I think I've been in here long enough, and I think it's time for me to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm getting out of here. Thank you. And what I'll do now is I'm going to send myself back to the studio because I'll be in the studio now. So thank you for letting me be here. Thank you for not doing me any harm if you were going to do that anyway. And thank you for the listeners for listening. And Jonathan, I will get you back for this big style. So back to the studio. So Jonathan, that was a task you sent to me, and it has been noted.
Yeah, I'm sure it has, and I'm sure it'll come back to bite me.
Oh, very soon it will. Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever heard of karma?
Yeah.
This is karma with a vengeance.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No, nor would I be if I was you.
I think I should have. Second thoughts comes into my mind.
Yeah. It's a bit late for second thoughts, Jonathan. It's a bit late for that, mate. Yeah, don't forget you're on this every single week with me, so I've got plenty of time to just relax and think of that most scariest place that I can send you.
I know. I'm sure you will and all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'll have to go.
Yeah. And it's not Liz's. do you know I've been watching you two all night on this Google Meet. I'll get that right in the end. And do you know what the funniest thing is? All I've seen is half of Liz, which is her eyes, and all I've seen of Jonathan is like the triangle part of his face because he's in the bottom corner of the picture.
Oh, aye.
There you go.
No.
I'm lying down on my bed.
So you're in your bedroom. Liz is in the living room with the
kids.
Hey?
Out the way of the kids.
So you're in the bedroom out the way of the kids. Liz is in the bed. Liz is downstairs with the TV on. And I'm in the back bedroom. And the heating's on, which is great. Do you know what, Jonathan? When we do this down at Mill Street, this time of night we're like all fighting to get this little blow heater to blow the heat at us because it's so bitterly cold. And Liz, it's so good. And I'm sitting here. I've got me licorices, me drink, me comfortable computer seat. I feel like I'm living the life of luxury of doing this this radio show in luxury. I know. And I shouted at you then. Soon I'll be building a little mini studio.
Yeah.
So I'll be out the way, little soundproof room, couple of seats. So if I let Jonathan come back into it all, Jonathan will be in there with me. We can do whatever he wants. I've got a touch screen which we can put things up on the screen with, like I've done with because I'm at home. I've got 2 screens, as you know, so I can put the information up with, I can turn around now and go, yep, you can contact us on info@accessparanormal@gmail.com without even thinking about it, or on Facebook, Access Paranormal Radio Podcast, or Twitter, Access Paranorm 1, or YouTube, Access Paranormal Radio Podcast, or Instagram, Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. So if you've got any ghost stories and you want to join us here on Access Paranormal Radio, you can do by contacting us there, or just have a look at our posters because it's got all the information you need on, and you can listen to us on Access Northwest Radio or L35 Radio every Sunday night between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. and there are other nights we're on 6 times a week. This show goes out.
Wow.
Brilliant.
It's a lot.
It's great. Love it.
Yeah.
From day one to today, I've absolutely loved doing this show. It's been fantastic. And the different guests. And because everyone's in lockdown now, I can get them all.
I tell you, you should get on Billy Roberts.
Hey? Yeah, I could do. There's a load of them I could get on this.
He's interesting, and
he is.
talking.
He is.
You don't get this in the studio, do you, Jamie?
No, don't, Jonathan. Yeah, I don't like these videos where I can see yous. What is it?
I have a nice latte.
How posh is that, a latte? I've got a blackcurrant juice.
Water.
Yeah.
Hot water.
This is supposed to be about paranormal investigations and the paranormal world, not what we're drinking and eating. But I mean,
With this licorice.
yeah. But talking about people coming on the studio, Jonathan, we've got someone coming on very, very soon who's a really, really interesting man. All the way from Virginia in America is Mike Johnson.
Yeah, he sounds really interesting, them, Jamie.
Well, I was talking to him and arranging, to do the interview. So I'll be doing the interview very, very soon with him. And what stories he's got is incredible. What's going on in his house. That's something I'm really looking forward to. And as I was talking to him,
the one with all the poltergeist stuff going on, cupboards and that.
And there's more than that going on. Well, I was talking to him tonight, Liz. And they're coming on. I've arranged a time now to talk to them. And obviously, with them being in Virginia, in America, we're going to be up at 10 o'clock next week, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's what time with them. It's 10 o'clock here, but I think they're 6 hours behind us.
Yeah.
So we can't beat the one from Australia, though, can we? What time was that?
No, yeah.
That was the early hours of the morning, wasn't it, when we had to record that one?
Yeah, but it was about 9 o'clock in the morning for them, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. But Mike Johnson sounds the stories he's going to tell us next week. If I can, we're going to get him on it, next week and hopefully the week after, because it sounds to me that he, from one house to the other, so many things are happening to him and his wife and the building. It's going to be worth a listening to.
Oh yeah, certainly is.
I mean, he was itching to tell me the stories when I was talking to him tonight, and I had to say, Mike, listen, do us a favour, keep hold of them till next week, because I like to hear them as you're telling them. And I'm not going to have a load of set questions for him, because I think what we'll be doing, Jonathan, is asking him questions as he tells us the stories. It just sounds incredible. It sounds incredible what's going on with him. And it was Marie. Marie spotted him. She read some of his stories and she said to me, listen to this, Jamie. And I just went like that. Get in touch with him. Get in touch with him. See if we can make a contact with him. And we have.
Yeah, brilliant.
And so, can't wait to get him on. It sounds brilliant. And we'll be getting the Paranormies back on soon. Sadly, they couldn't make it last week because obviously it sounds to me like they've got a nice little sponsorship there, which is superb. I'm made up to see that happening to them.
Yeah.
Paranormies on YouTube, Liz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're well worth watching. They're superb. Okay, guess what? It's that time of the night now where we've got to say goodbye. So, what I've got to say is thanks to Liz Waugh for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
And I would say thanks to Jonathan, but after he threw me on that investigation, I don't know what to say.
You're more than welcome.
You're fired. No, Jonathan, thanks for coming on again, and this has been great. So we'll see you again next week.